Thierry Henry, and it was on CBS, and he was talking about perhaps that the game now, as he thinks possibly that it's more about data and all this kind of stuff than perhaps individual flair. Is the game not as good to watch now? Or
that's a good
what
question.
do you think? We're not producing players. But then you look at someone like Lamine Yamal. I don't know whether you saw his goal.
Yeah.
I mean, in one of the craziest games of football. I mean, the way Barcelona plays, it's mental. It's just nuts. Yeah. I know we're going all over the place, but it doesn't really matter. And I think that high line, I mean, Brugge just, every time they attacked, they just went through. And that was actually, if you remember, that was his undoing when he was the German national team boss, that they just didn't cope with the counter-attack. And I think the longer it goes with this, and much as I admire, and I hope his football works, because I mean, it really makes for fantastic, entertaining football.
I think it was the first goal, guys, Trisoldi. I mean, the high line, they must have been 3 yards inside their own half, still trying to play him offside.
That's it. When the ball's being about to be passed forward, they're still going towards the ball. Yeah. I mean, if if you've got half a brain as a striker there, you don't even need to take a chance, because you know they're going in the wrong direction, and you're going to go and be ready to turn that way. So the timing has to be so perfect. And once teams are not daft, and coaches are not daft, they're going to work this out. Imagine Haaland playing Man City playing against them if they played that way.
Yeah.
I mean, it would be carnage.
I was cringing at that defender.
But having said that, I mean, Lamine Yamal was absolutely breathtaking again. I mean, some of the bits that he did in one pass, I think, for the first goal or second goal, and the goal he scored himself. I mean, gorgeous stuff.
This special.
He doesn't seem to worry him all the bit of criticism for his attitude and all that kind of stuff, and he's a bit cocky.
I don't know if you saw when he was coming in and getting off the coach, he had this big chain on, this big diamond chain, and one of the lads in the studio was like, "Is he going to a concert?" But it doesn't faze him. He just does his own thing. I just absolutely love him that he talks. He basically talks shit before the game, and he backs it up. So I love him even more. I just love players like that who can back it up.
What do we want? Mundane, boring, pre-match?
No, we don't.
Oh yeah. Oh no. Sorry. We didn't play so well today, but onward and forward will be better for this. Or you're going into a game. Well, we'll take every game as it comes. Do we want all that? No, we want a bit. And then as soon as someone comes out and says something a little bit brash, a little bit cocky, a little bit arrogant, if you like, then we complain about it.
Gary, Alan and Micah, while criticising Barcelona's risky high defensive line, were still blown away by Lamine Yamal's performance on the pitch. The young star showed confidence, maturity and the ability to live up to the hype. Even though the Clásico against Real Madrid turned out to be a nightmare for the Barca prodigy, he'll soon have the chance to redeem himself at the new Spotify Camp Nou. Micah was honest about how much he admires Lamine's attitude, both on and off the field. The kid seems destined for greatness, and the best part is he plays with joy, just wanting to have fun. That's exactly why Celta de Vigo coach Rafael Benitez, Giraldez, knows Yamal poses a serious threat to his back line. Lamine Yamal is one of the best players in the world right now, said Giraldez. We need to limit his threat defensively and as a unit, but Barcelona doesn't rely solely on him. They've got Ferran, Lewandowski, Fermin and Olmo, and their attack is phenomenal. The absence of Pedri and Rafinha has a big impact on Barcelona's rhythm, but they have world-class replacements and the team stays strong no matter who's on the pitch. Flick's style is clear. They defend with a high line and take risks. When the coordination isn't perfect, spaces open up, but Barca remains a complete team with a clear idea. We'll attack through movements from the second and third lines and with crosses because their defense pushes up and presses constantly. Against Barcelona, we need players with energy, pace, defensive ability, and the capacity to keep possession. Balance is key. Flick said we're in better form than Barcelona? Maybe he meant in terms of results, but for Celta to win, we have to be at our very best, and hope Barca isn't. They're a team that forces you to think fast. We'll have to be flawless to minimize mistakes if we want to win. Hansi Flick, in turn, praised Lamine Yamal for his recent growth and maturity, noting, he's changed, he's better now. He's been training really well in the gym, which is important for his recovery from injury. We're seeing him close to his best, though he's not 100% yet. We need to take care of him, and I think he understands that. Barcelona president Joan Laporta was asked about Yamal's return to the national team. He said he wasn't surprised, considering Yamal is among the best players in world football. I've always seen a national team call-up as a form of recognition, and Lamine is the best in the world in his position, Laporta said. He subtly hinted, though, that Spain should manage the youngster carefully and avoid overworking him. It's only natural that he's been called up, but I'd like to see them manage his minutes, especially since Spain is basically qualified. I think one more point is enough, but I don't want to interfere with the coach or create controversy. Laporta also spoke about Yamal's frustration after failing to secure a win for Barca against Club Brugge in the UEFA Champions League. I understand why he was called up. It's a recognition. Lamine is a player of exceptional quality. That fantastic game he played in Brugge. He's frustrated because we didn't win. He carried the team on his back and was magnificent. It's a joy and a privilege to see him playing at that level. Spain faces Georgia and Turkey during this international break, but with qualification nearly secured, it wouldn't be a surprise if Yamal sees limited minutes. Despite Barcelona's recent Champions League draw against Club Brugge and the 5-point gap behind Real Madrid in La Liga, sporting director Deco remained calm and confident. When we drop our intensity, we suffer. We need our best players. There are no excuses, but when you can't rotate because of injuries and that affects our midfield, there are still things to improve, even when we win. I really liked what Frenkie de Jong said. What we did last year was spectacular, but we have to look forward. If we start comparing, we'll be making a mistake. One thing that can't be questioned is the coach's vision. He's achieved great things and brought us joy. We're a bit too harsh sometimes. Being at Barca means you can't let yourself get swayed. Celta Vigo has been a real nightmare for Barcelona, especially at the Balaído Stadium. In recent years, the Catalan side has managed to win only 2 of their 9 La Liga matches there since 2015, suffering painful defeats and draws along the way. Clashes marked by inexplicable collapses, like the 2-0 lead that slipped away in 2024 and the 3-0 advantage blown in 2021, have reinforced the notion of a curse in Vigo. Iago Aspas, with 11 goals in 20 games against Barca, perfectly embodies that dominance. For Hansi Flick, this weekend's matchup means more than just 3 points. It's a chance to break a jinx that has haunted the club for nearly a decade.